Four little scamps. Are we? Julius Adam, 1801–1867. Do you like pretty little kittens? Would you like one of these? Perhaps you have one that looks like one of these kittens. How we wish we might take one of these in our arms and stroke its soft, silky fur. Is it not pretty? These four fluffy kittens are very happy. They show it in their eyes, just as people do who are happy. We know they are all treated kindly. The little kitten at the left is gentle and contented. She would let you pet her, and she would nestle fondly in your arms. What do you think is the color of her fur? The second little kitten is thinking about something. How wise she looks. Perhaps she is thinking about a little mouse. It may be she is thinking of a saucer of nice milk which she loves. The third wee kitty, whose fur is white, is the brightest, merriest little rogue of all. Suppose we should throw a soft red ball to her. How she would jump for it. The little kitten at the right, with head thrown back, is a funny little one. See what a pretty necktie it wears. This kitten seems to say, "Oh, look at my pretty ribbon. Is it not fine?" They are all dear little kittens, and we love them. Once there was a man named Adam, who always had such kittens about him. They loved him because he was so kind to them. He has painted many pretty pictures of his kittens. Once there was a man named Mr. Adam, who had four little kittens just like these. He liked to watch them play, and they loved him because he was so kind to them. He must have found it very hard to make them keep still long enough for him to paint their pictures. Probably, he put them in a large glass cage with wire over the top, as so many painters of cats have done. The wire was placed over the top so the kittens could have plenty of air. Sometimes Mr. Adam would drop a ball or string down through the wire into the cage and play with the kittens. The sides of the cage were made of glass so that he could watch them while he painted, no matter in what part of the cage they might be. Perhaps these four little kittens have just had a fine romp through the house. What do you suppose they had for breakfast? Probably a saucer full of milk, which is just what little kittens like best. Mr. Adam has finally succeeded in chasing his four roguish little kittens into the cage. They do not mind staying in the cage to please him, for they like to have him talk to them and play with them. They try to look their very best for him, and wonder which one he will take up first. Sometimes he must like to take them up in his arms and pet them. Which one would you like to take in your arms? These four pretty kittens must be very happy, for they look as if they were well cared for. That first little kitten at the left-hand side of the picture seems happy. We suspect she is purring. That is the way she lets us know she is happy, just as children sing when they are happy. I am sure she would like to lie in your lap and let you pet her. She holds her head a little to one side, and her bright eyes seem to say, "I may be little, but I'm spry. Just roll a marble toward me and see." How very wise the second little kitten looks. Perhaps she is proud of her white collar and cuffs. I am sure she keeps them nice and clean. Such a baby she is to be so thoughtful. But she likes to play too, no doubt. What do you suppose she is thinking about? Maybe she is thinking of a nice soft red ball in a basket in the sewing room. And after her picture is painted, perhaps she means to get that ball and surprise the other kittens. Then they will all roll over and over on the floor with it. Or maybe the mama cat has told her she will show her how to catch a mouse. She will need to keep very quiet then, or the mouse will hear and run away. The third little kitty is almost all white. She looks as if she saw a bird. We hope she is not such a naughty kitty as to try to catch our pretty birds. I am sure Mr. Adam will not want her to do that and will teach her better. But do you know, I believe it is a fly she sees, and I hope she will catch that. She surely does look as if she were planning some mischief, as she crouches there ready for anything. The last little kitten seems to say, "Oh, look at my pretty ribbon. I'm the only one of us that wears a ribbon. Is it not fine?" No wonder he holds his head so high. His fur is striped, and he looks like a little tiger kitten. With such bright eyes and such sharp ears, it is no wonder cats hear and see the little mice that go about so quietly. Do you know why a cat has whiskers? They say that the whiskers are always as wide as the widest part of the cat's body, so that when she wants to go through a hole in the fence or through any narrow place, she can tell whether the opening is large enough. If her whiskers just touch, she can go through all right. But if they are pushed back, then it is of no use for her to try, for there will not be room enough to pass. Have you ever noticed the color of little kittens' eyes? They are nearly always blue when the kittens are very little, but turn yellow as they grow older. Their eyes are very different from ours, for they can see in the dark as well as in the daytime. What soft little cushions they have on their feet. No wonder they can go about so quietly. When they like you, they keep their claws hidden in those cushions, and so they do not scratch when they play with you. Did you ever watch a cat sharpen her claws? She usually sharpens them on the trunk of a tree, but sometimes she likes to sharpen them on the carpet or rug. Your mama does not like that. Even little kittens have very sharp teeth and claws, and if you tease them or they are afraid, they bite and scratch. These little kittens look as if they had never been teased or felt cross, and we would not be a bit afraid to pet them. About the artist, we know that Mr. Adam must have been very fond of cats, because he has painted so many pictures of them. But that is all we really do know of him. One authority gives the first letter of his name as S, the dates of his birth and death as 1801 and 1867, and his birthplace, Italy. Another authority gives the same dates, but the initial letter J and the birthplace, France. The paintings are signed T or J Adam, but no record has been kept of the artist's life.